Good day, everyone, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you may be, or whichever time zone. My name is Keith. I am the LPE for the African region for CityX's. And today we're going to be going through the iVend customer loyalty portal. This is a new feature that we have that is now rolling out for loyalty. Which is an enhancement to the present loyalty system, and it allows us to go and it allows our own customers to provide their customers with a nice way to go and actually see what is happening. So just moving on to the agenda, right? We have just a quick introduction to the loyalty customer portal. And then just some of the other points that I'm going to go through: the statements for loyalty points earned and consumed, transaction history, and also the different periods that we have over there. How they can go up, how a customer can update their own loyalty profile online, and also the marketing pages to alert people of what is ongoing and upcoming campaigns as they might be for each different season. How we can go and link and merge multiple loyalty cards into one account, and also how we can customize our various registration and update the profile pages for each of the customers. Right. If anybody has any questions, please write them in the chat or raise your hand and let me know.
Yeah, sure. Let me just add something here. Thanks, Keith, for that quick, the introduction on the session that we are going to have. So everybody, first of all, thank you so much for joining this session. The session is basically a loyalty customer portal session. If you have any queries, any kind of information that you would like to gather from us, you can raise your hands. You have a raise hand button available on the GoToWebinar panel. You can just click on that so that we can have an indication at our side, and we can unmute you from here, and possibly you can ask your questions. Apart from that, if you have any queries, which you can actually write on the chat window, so you have a chat window available right here, so that me and Keith, we both will be happy to serve you with the answers. And basically this session is budgeted for around an hour, and we will try to have a small discussion session at the end of the session. So if you would like to add something, if you would like to suggest something, we are always open for that. And thank you so much. So I will just hand it over to Keith now, so he can start with the session now. Thank you. Yeah, Keith.
All right. Thank you very much, Rajesh. Now, moving on. Just a quick introduction to the loyalty customer portal, and just a brief explanation as to what it is. This is designed for iVend customers who are using loyalty. It works with loyalty. You need to have loyalty installed, and it works using the iVend loyalty APIs. That needs to be in place. There, you can't. It's not a separate system. You need to have loyalty loyalty in place first before you can actually use this. But once it is in place, users can go start viewing their transaction history, loyalty points have been earned and redeemed. They can also go see upcoming promotions, like I mentioned, and it's also quite nice because it is secure. It's web-based, and part of the reason for this is it used to be that to get any information on your loyalty, you had to go to a store. Or otherwise you had to wait for an email or some form of update that was coming through from the from loyalty itself to the customer. In this particular case, customers can actually go on the web, log on to the web page, and actually view their points, their status, how far they are away from different levels, what transactions they've done, how many points they have. All of these things are available to them. Once again, this goes, and this is an enhancement. This doesn't take over some of the functions of loyalty. It works together with it in order to go and provide this functionality. Right. Now, the other nice thing is that because people can go and update information on here, they can actually go, that will go back into loyalty itself. And I will we can actually go and have a look at how people can go and update things a bit later with one of the transactions. Okay, before I move on to this slide, I'm actually going to go across to, now, we have two new icons. This is for the admin side, which I will go to in a minute, and this over here is the actual loyalty portal. This is what customers are going to see when they actually log in. So they'll open up onto a page like this, and we can start. You'll see that they have home. All of this is customizable over here, and I will show you how a bit later. From here, we can go login, which I will do in a minute. Otherwise, if they are not logged in, they can go and register over here. And then we can also do promotions, which I will get to, as I said, a bit later. But first, just on the registration. We have certain mandatory fields over here, which are marked with the red star. You'll see them all the way down up here. And we have certain fields that are not mandatory. One of the things that has come up is obviously the first time people log in, they do not necessarily want to go and fill out a pile of information about themselves. There's nothing, and certainly I know some people just couldn't really be bothered to go fill out as much information as we'd like, but once again, these are customers, they will fill in what they want. So what we can do over here is any of the fields that are not mandatory, so do not have a star against them, we can actually choose to hide them. Now, in order to do that, we're going to come across to the second component over here, which is the admin portal over here, that I have here. Now, I'm going to go across to my admin portal. I have my details loaded up, and I can choose to. So the first point that it comes to is our dashboard. This is the point where we get told the basic statistics of what is here. Number of cards that have been issued, that have been used, number remaining, and also the loyalty license and customer portal license. Now, while I'm just on the subject of licenses, the important thing to note about this is that there is one license for the customer portal. Right? Loyalty licenses and the way loyalty is licensed still remains the same, but for this specific features over here, dashboard, loyalty, and loyalty portal, there is only one license that goes in at head office. Right. Once again, and you'll see some crossover, some similarity to e-commerce, because they operate in similar ways, obviously being web page based. So from here, I can then, as I was talking about earlier, for the registration settings, I can choose, come over here to registration settings, select which page I want, either registration or update contact details. Update contact details, it happens on the inside, and I'll point that out in a minute. But I can go to registration and say, for instance, for whatever reason, I do not need country. I can choose to go hide that over here. So that will now updated, come across, and you can see country there at the moment. I reload, and voila, gone. So we can go and customize exactly what is or isn't displayed over here, just to go make it easier to at least get people into the portal. Once they're in the portal, then they can start going and updating things as they need to. Now, I'm going to log in with one of the customers that we have in here, as they say on the cooking shows. This is one that we prepared earlier. So, all right, and this is the dashboard. This is what the customer sees when they first log in. Their name, their card number or numbers of cards if they have them there. we can go choose to see exactly, we can choose to go and change the graph. So if I want to just see what was awarded, do that. Or if I just want to see what was redeemed for a certain period of time, I can change that as well, and you will see various transactions down here. I'm just going to switch back to all. You can also select a timeline. So from 2 dates as to a specific period that they want to go and actually enter things in, right? And we have our basic layout over here: how many available points, how many awarded, how many redeemed, and if there are any expired. Right. So our basic information for our customer, and then if we come down here to our actual graph, they can actually come through and see when they were awarded points and when they actually redeemed them. And then finally at the bottom here we can see which actual transactions have happened in this specific time period, which points and which were awarded and which were redeemed and where and at which store. From here we can go and export to Excel or PDF. So, as I was talking about earlier, the update contact details. This is the second part of those registration settings that I mentioned earlier. Now, in this particular one, you probably want everything available because this is where people are actually going to go and fill in their details if they are that way inclined. So they can start going and entering in different things like their email. Well, the email is mandatory, so they'd have that from before. But phone numbers, mobile numbers, date of births, genders, or whichever gender they are, city, state, country, zip code. Also, we have the change password option, as is sometimes needed. Okay. All right. So now, as you go and you see on the slide over here, with the various statements, this is the point that I was going through. That I was going through over here, and we can also go across to our transaction history and our profile updates. Now, the next thing, before I dive into marketing pages over here, I'm going to go through some small settings that we have over here on our customer loyalty portal. The first thing being the site settings. The site settings over here, we can actually change the site name. So it might be customer loyalty portal, but our customers might not want to call it that. They might want to go and call it the customer customer they might want to call it the customer loyalty inquiry portal. So I can update that over here. Back to my dashboard, log out, and you'll see customer loyalty inquiry portal. And if I want to change it back, oh, there we go, that's handy. Over here, just update that. Over here we have our loyalty APIs that you need to link through to, calculation and how that's based, and our email setup for any email that we'll be sending out. So, and now I can almost hear the question coming, email. What sort of emails are there? We have got 3 types of email templates that work specifically for the loyalty portal. Now, why only 3? Well, because remember, this goes and works with loyalty. So a lot of so this doesn't go and it doesn't succeed it or supersede it. It works with it. So anything like the promotions, the rest of the updates, anything else that might come through that loyalty is presently used for, you still use it with this. This over here would be things like forgotten passwords, registration, or if you wanted to change your password. You can go and select your if there's any tokens or images that you want, and you can go edit the general layout of each of these templates in order to go and change them or go update them with whatever pictures or information that you might want to go and send out to the individual customers. So this means that effectively this means effectively that people can go and manage their logins and logouts from the actual loyalty portal without having to go and add in or go and mess around with other things in loyalty. Everything is specifically for the portal has actually gone and been kept in one place. And there you'll see it's back to customer loyalty portal. And obviously you want to start, now one of the other things you'll want to start doing is you're going to want to start changing the things like the information over here. This information, obviously we put there because this is what we want to, this is what we just want as an initial setup for our customer. But we might want to go and actually change how the pages work. So, we skip the page over here. So now we're on to the marketing, things like the marketing pages, and also changing the page layouts. Each of these page layouts over here. So, for instance, the home page. We have things like our promotions page, and also our also the layouts of the pages inside here.
Hi Keith, sorry to interrupt you here. Hi everyone, we suppose that we are on the same page. If you have any questions, any queries, you can ask so far, because moving ahead we want to make sure that everybody is on the same page. If you have any queries, any questions so far, you can raise your hand or you can write it on the chat window. Alright, it seems that we are good. We can go ahead, Keith. Thank you.
Well, that's good news. It's, I hope everyone's listening in intently and not just pretending to be awake for this. But anyway, let's continue on, because now we're getting to an actual bit that's quite nice about the actual this portal itself. It's customization abilities. So from here, you'll see that we actually have a tab over here called Pages. I'm just going to open that up, and we can go and load up various pages over here, and you'll see it has things, for instance, the home page that I mentioned earlier, and I can choose to go and edit the page and change different things about the layout. So, for instance, if I wanted to go and add in information over here, I can quite simply scroll down and add in information, just like that. I can just do it straight by typing, or I can come along here to tools, and if you're a bit more technically orientated, you can go and choose to actually edit the actual source code here in the actual background, rather than going and doing it up front. This allows you to go and actually get in, choose exactly how things are going to go in here, and if you have the experience, you can get in and actually make things really start jumping and appearing and changing and appearing quite nice. For the rest of us who are not so technically inclined, we do have the option to go edit it through the editor over here, where we do have our various things, such as I'm sure that you're all familiar with.
Yep.
File, edit, insert, tables, and also changing things like formats.
You can go to the last tools option as well.
From here, we can.
Sorry to bother you here. You can click on the tools option available here, So please click on the tools option, which is on the top. Yeah, so you can click on the source code. So basically you can paste your HTML code right here, and then you can save it to the same page so that it will be again published on the customer portal front page. Okay, so you can use the HTMLs as well. There was a question from Chris, so it is Chris, just to answer your query. So yes, we can have the HTMLs as well. Yeah, or you can use the simple text straight away on the edit page. All right, thank you. Please go ahead, Keith. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Rajesh. Okay. All right, so like I said, we can go and once we've gone and edited it either through here or through the source code in HTML, we can then go and update it. And remember, this is now for an existing page. So if I come along over here and I'm just going to log out again, and you'll see over there, there's the change that I made, the add in information. Now, the next question obviously is, what if I want to go and add in a new page? How do I go and do something like a promotion? To go and say, I would like to go and I want to go put a promotion for Christmas or Halloween or Thanksgiving or whatever other holiday might be coming up. So I can go over here to create page. And we're going to go say, we're going to call this holiday promotion. In this particular case, I'm going to just choose, you can choose to go and select, if you've got different layouts loaded, you can load up different layouts. There is a configure layouts a bit later that you can actually go and change the layouts how they look. You can also go change the default body, or you can create one based on an existing page. So if I wanted to go and select any, for instance, Christmas promotion or any of the others, it will go and use that as a basis for the new page. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to start from the beginning and just say I want to insert this. So holiday promotion, put in the page title over here. All right, and I can once again I can change the layout if necessary, and I can just start typing in my text over here, or otherwise over here. So I type, say, you'll see that automatically goes and filters through to the other. In this case, I'm going to take the slightly easier route, just change it to that. Oh. Yeah, beware caps lock. So we can go put that in and update. Right, Sale and All Toys, get it now, kids. We've now created our page. But where does it go? The next thing we would need to do is we need to come across to what's called the simple menu. Now, this simple menu over here actually determines where exactly this page will appear. So, right. Promotion, I can either go and here I'll select the page I just created. So holiday promotion, or I can enter in the URL, and then finally I need to put in an order. This is going to determine where exactly the page appears. Do I want it to go and appear after Halloween promotions? So do I want it to appear over here, or do I want it to go and or do I want it to go and appear after I've logged in which case I can go and select display after login. So in this particular case, I'm going to select number 8 because I want it to appear after Halloween promotion. Halloween is not quite yet, so we can go have this one coming just after it. And I can also choose whether it appears in the same window or a new window. Right, insert. There we go, holiday promotion. Okay, so that's out there. I come along over here, reload, and there we have our holiday promotion. So, this is quite nice because you can start going and loading in, as you saw with the actual page editor. We come up here to our pages. Right. We can actually go and start loading in additional things, such as pictures. Right. We can also go and we can start adding in things such as widgets. For instance, right, for instance, the customer dashboard widget. You can also go and add in additional widgets, as you see that Rajesh has gone and added one then. Now, obviously, there comes a time when it's no longer needed, or otherwise maybe there's more information that we have about this holiday promotion, and we need to go and add it in. So now what happens? We can go click updates, and obviously this comes across and load, and we now have the information over there. But from here, we can also go and load a backup. So one that happened from before. So if I want to go back to here, which you'll see is a bit too far back, and there. I can now choose to go and update that. And there you go, and you see it's come through now, taking that away. So it's got quite a bit of flexibility as to how exactly we're going to fit these things together. So, all right. Now, just checking over here on my notes. So that covers the simple menu and this. That covers the pages. Now on the simple menu, we obviously have the ability. Obviously, there comes a time when Halloween's over, right? Even if it is a cunning plan. So now we need to go and actually remove this from here. Now the nice thing about this is that we might remove the promotion. Right? That's very simple. Delete. Do I want to delete? Yes. Yeah. And then reload. Holiday promotion. And you'll see that has now been removed from the actual portal over here. And if I want to go and then join in, say, another, if I want to go put in another page, I'm just going to change the order here, just keep it nice and straightforward. I can then go say, Christmas promotion, select my Christmas promotion page, and oh, there we go, you see it's prompting me, need to have an order. Insert. And there we have our Mega Ultra Extreme Hyper Christmas promotion that will that is happening soon. So that is the way that we can go and very easily bring up and put in our different pages, how they will fit together, and how we can actually go and change things on the fly very quickly for customers. And as you see, it's pretty straightforward. You don't need to go and, once again, like e-commerce, you don't need to go and have a great deal of technical knowledge to at least change the basics and to get things like this going. Also, there is the tooltips over here for each of the question marks, and just to go and give, or just to go guide people in the right direction. Next up, right. You can edit your certain layout and CSS files. but once again, like it says, only if you know what you're doing. And also, you can load up different configuration layouts, like I mentioned earlier, if you want to go and change them, to modify them for your different needs. Okay. One last, I just see one note that I do need to put in.
Keith, sorry to interrupt you here. Yes. I think there is a question from Mark. Mark, I will unmute you now. You can just go ahead with your question. Yeah, please. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Mark.
Hello.
Hi. Yep.
Hi, Rajesh.
Hi.
Hi, Keith. First of all, as usual, very well done for this new feature. We're liking it quite a lot at the moment. Our question is relating to the hosting and the installation typically. What are the steps and procedures in order to install and in order to host it?
All right. So first of all, let me answer this question. Basically, this has to be hosted at the loyalty enterprise end, okay, wherever you have hosted your loyalty, basically. Okay. And you have to make sure that your loyalty, APIs are on a static IP, so that it could be, accessed publicly from anywhere. Because when your customer is going to log into this particular portal, before looking at the information that he would be requiring for his awarded points and his redeemable points and the total points as on date and the complete history and the historical data that he would like to actually compare upon. So basically, in order to touch point all these things, you have to make sure that your hosted system is on a static IP, so that it will be on a, and also you need to make sure that this installation will be done only right after the loyalty is there in place. So first of all, the basic requirement is you should have the loyalty installed and configured. The second is you should have loyalty APIs configured for that, okay, and and you must host this portal on the same environment over there, right? And of course, you'll be having multiple customers who can actually log in at the same time, right? It's a kind of like any other websites, right, wherein you can have so many users logged in to this particular site in order to access their informations.
Yep. But with loyalty, Rajesh, correct me if I'm wrong, we had the option to install it, to outsource the hosting.
Correct.
We could have hosted the loyalty service on a hosted server.
Yep.
Does the same concept apply for the customer portal?
Yes, because it's on top of loyalty, so that's right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, but as a prerequisite, let's say if my loyalty server is on server A, my customer portal loyalty server or web page needs to be installed on that same server, correct?
Yes.
There can't be two separate servers.
Yeah, it's better to be on the same server. That's right. That's right.
It's better to be on the same server.
Yeah.
So
because that reduces the issues and the errors in order to ping that particular server. And as I said, that particular hosted server should be on a static, so that static public, so that it could be easily accessible by the users whosoever is trying to connect to it remotely, right, over a browser. And one more thing I would like to add over here is, apart from the normal accessibility, you can have a mobile accessibility as well for that. So basically, even if you are using any devices, you can straight away connect to that particular server using the browsers. All right. So that is also a part.
Since it is a web.
And apart from that, Mark,
web,
apart from this, Mark, what I will do is I will share the complete user guide which is available for the portal. That will be more useful for you in order to understand the landscape and the accessibility. All right. So everyone, what I'll do is I will try to send out this user document to everyone, so that you can just go through it and you can understand. Okay.
Very good. Okay. Thank you, Rajesh.
All right. Thank you very much, Rajesh, for clearing that up. Okay. One last thing I just see from my notes that I have here is the backups over here are taken every time that a change is made to the page. So you don't need to go worry about it you don't need to go worry about it actually making the backup. You don't need to go, it's not a manual intervention. It's something that occurs automatically in the background. Okay, so on to, I believe, one of the last points that we have for today, which is the customer search. Over here we can actually do the customer search. We can search by either all, loyalty ID, name, mobile, email, whatever you prefer. And that will bring them up over here. At the moment I've just got, as you can see, I don't have too many in the system. But once you have them available, I can then actually go in and check exactly what information is here, and if necessary, deactivate them if you get customers who are obviously no longer using the portal or are specifically to be taken off it. All right. Let me just go back and have a quick look over here, and I think that is, I think that more or less covers that for today. Rajesh, is there anything else that you'd like to add in, or that I might have covered?
Yeah, that is it basically. If anybody has any questions, additional questions, they can raise their hands or they can write it on the chat window. Now we are open for the question answer session.
Yes, please, ladies and gentlemen, any questions that you have will be most appreciated.
Okay. All right. It seems that we are good to go. Okay. I think Chris, you have any question? I'll just unmute you now. Yeah, Chris, please go ahead. Hi. Hi,
Rajesh. Hi, Keith. Thank you for the splendid presentation. It was very informative, and it looks like a very nice and interesting product, first of all. My question is with regard to security. In the beginning you mentioned that the web pages are said to be secure pages. Now, with regard to security, does the installation come with an SSL certificate, or does the customer need to buy his own SSL certificate to secure these pages?
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. Can you come again, Chris? Because can you write it on the chat window rather? Because your voice is not so clear to me. It would be better if you can write it on a chat window.
Okay. I will write it on the chat window then.
Yes,
no
please.
Problem.
Yes, please.
All right, Rajesh, can you see the question there?
Yes, Chris, it's crystal clear now. I think you're saying that you mentioned in the beginning that pages are set to be secure given the SSL would need to be involved in this case. All right. So first of all, I just wanted to ask you a question back on this. First of all, why do you need to have a security on the pages which we are hosting? Even if you would like to have a security on that, what you have to do is you probably have to liaise with your web hosting providers, and they can probably provide you the security on this, right? So let's say it will start with like HTTPS, so that it will be a secure network for you in order to publish or unpublish your pages. Okay, so portal doesn't provide you this, but what you have to do is you have to liaise with your web service hosting companies maybe. Okay.
No, because most of our clients are paranoid on security, so even though there are no card numbers and things like this involved, given that they would be hosting customer details on their environment, they would probably ask us whether this would come packaged with an SSL certificate. So basically, as you told me, the customer would need to buy his own certificate and liaise with the
web hosting provider.
His very own hosting.
Yes, yes, that's right. That's correct.
Thank you, Rajesh.
Welcome,
Thanks.
most welcome. Any other questions, everyone? All right, it seems everybody is fine with this. Okay, Keith, you can conclude the session now. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you, everyone, for listening in and joining us on this. I hope you've enjoyed listening to me as much as I've enjoyed going through this. Yes, like Rajesh said, he's going to go and put out the various documents for how to set it up and all the rest of it on the actual portal. All right. Thank you very much.